Hello, my name is Dr. Gary Bartlett, GP/British snowboarder.
Also joining us is a GP, Gary Bartlett. Welcome to both of you. Thanks for coming on the show. Dr. Gary, I just want to bring you in on this chat because obviously this is an unregulated area. But obviously, you know, some people haven't got the money to afford the fertility clinics. Yeah. But tell us what you think of what Tom's doing.
Not everybody's like Tom. You know, you've got to be very careful with the unregulated industry. You know, there's a few pitfalls and implications that people need to bear in mind. For example, you can't guarantee that it's been screened for things like STIs, hepatitis, HIV, and as well as inherited genetic diseases.
You wouldn't recommend people to go the unregulated route, would you?
Well, all I can do, Steph, is give patients all the information so that they can make a proper informed decision. You know, the criteria for IVF and fertility treatment is very strict. And it's all very dependent on which area of the country you are in. So it's a bit of a postcode lottery.
Yeah, it's a really interesting one, isn't it? Because there's so many people wanting children and struggling.
It's a very emotive topic.
Yeah.
Some people are desperate to have children, and therefore some people do anything or go down any route to make sure that they have a baby.
Yeah.
Joining us for today's show is Dr. Gary Bartlett, who'll be giving us his expert opinion and knowledge throughout the programme. Gary, thank
To work, and unfortunately not everybody will follow those rules.
you are more prepared this time. You know, you've got the right PPE this time.
Do,
you know what's happening. You're more familiar with the symptoms. So perhaps there is a way of being a bit more, you know, you can manage this a bit more.
Absolutely, yeah. I think, you know, we're a bit more prepared. We know a bit more about the virus now. Come sort of March, April time, we knew absolutely nothing about the virus. Again, in general practice, we were having to come up with policies and procedures there and then on the day of how we're going to manage these patients because we didn't know where to send our coronavirus patient or, you know, possible suspected coronavirus patients. I mean, we couldn't bring them into the surgery.
I'd like you to meet the Leeds man who's a gentle GP, it says, in the gentle GP in the summer, extreme sportsman for GB in the winter. Gary Bartlett, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Richard.
What on earth am I talking about? Tell us about you, Gary.
To say GP to GB.
Oh, God, yes, say that.
So, fully qualified doctor.
Famous at the last Winter Olympics because didn't somebody celebrate before they won and then got pipped at the line?
Lindsay Jacobellis.
Right.
Showboating over one of the jumps. Thought she was going to get gold and fortunately fell. Much to her embarrassment.
You don't see many doctors in snapbacks either, so that's quite impressive as well, I've got to say. So, arguably the coolest doctor.